Welcome. Today we're getting right into the heart of things, the code of ethics and the standards of professional conduct. Essential stuff. Our goal is simple. Break down the core ideas and critically walk you through the latest 2023 revisions you absolutely need to know.
Exactly. And it's more than just rules, isn't it? It's really the foundation for building trust. It guides how we act when theory meets, well, the real world of finance.
Okay, let's start high level then. The code of ethics. That's the big picture, the aspirational side. What are those core principles driving behavior? There are six, right?
There are six, yeah. But maybe it helps to think of them in two main buckets. First, it's all about professionalism, acting with integrity, competence, diligence, respect, and constantly working to keep those skills sharp, not just for yourself, but for others too.
Okay, professionalism. Got it. What's the second bucket?
Priority. Always putting the integrity of the profession and your client's interests first, ahead of your own personal interests. And think about the markets themselves, promoting their integrity for the good of society.
For the ultimate benefit of society, that specific wording always stood out to me. Okay, so the code is the why and the what. Then the standards of professional conduct must be the how, the practical ground level rules, 7 categories, I believe.
That's right. 7 sections covering everything from professionalism again to market integrity, duties to clients, employers, how you handle analysis and recommendations, conflicts of interest, all the way to your responsibilities just by being a member or candidate.
It's a lot to cover. Maybe we should jump straight to the really interesting part, those key 2023 updates. You mentioned they make some things explicit that were maybe just sort of expected before.
Exactly. They really sharpen the focus. First up, there's actually a new standard IE on competence.
New. So competence wasn't explicitly a standard before.
Well, it was always implied under acting with diligence and reasonable care, but now it's crystal clear. Standard IE says you must act with and actively maintain the competence needed for your role.
Okay, so no just being diligent if you don't actually have the skills for a complex task.
Precisely. It closes that potential gap. Then there's the change to standard VB, communication with clients. This one's important.
Communication. I'm guessing this relates to transparency, fees perhaps.
You hit it. It now specifically requires disclosing not just the nature of the services you provide, but also the costs to the client associated with those services.
So no more burying complex fees in tiny print somewhere.
That's the idea. The disclosure has to be full, fair, and in plain language. It's about giving clients the information they need up front to make informed decisions. Really tackles that fee confusion head on.
Makes sense. And the third major change, something about conflicts of interest.
Yes, standard VA. It's been renamed Avoid or Disclose Conflicts. The name change itself tells a story.
Avoid or disclose. So the emphasis is now on avoid first.
That's the crucial shift. You have a duty to try and avoid conflicts whenever it's reasonably possible. Disclosure is the fallback, not the first step. And if you do have to disclose because avoidance isn't feasible, that disclosure must be full, fair, prominent, and again, in plain language.
So just telling someone about a conflict isn't enough if you could have reasonably sidestepped it altogether. That's quite a change in thinking.
It is. It raises the bar.
So bringing this all together, what happens if someone doesn't follow this framework? What's the accountability structure?
That falls under the Professional Conduct Program, the PCP. It's the enforcement arm.
And how do things get flagged? Is it just client complaints?
Oh, no. It can come from anywhere. Yes, written complaints, but also media reports, regulatory notices, exam proctors noticing irregularities, even your own self-disclosure, which is required annually. They cast a pretty wide net.
Okay, and if a violation is found, what are the potential consequences?
They can be quite serious. Sanctions range from a private warning or a public censure right up to suspension of your membership and right to use the designation, or even permanent revocation. It underscores the gravity of upholding these standards.
Definitely serious. It really highlights that this whole system is built on trust, and maintaining that trust requires more than just, ticking legal boxes.
That's a key point. The law is the minimum standard, what you have to do. Ethics is about what you should do, what's morally right.
So it's about striving for that higher standard consistently.
Absolutely. Which brings up a final thought, really, for everyone listening. When you face a tough decision, one where the lines might seem a bit blurry, are you consciously reaching for an ethical decision-making framework? Or is the first instinct just to look at the potential profit or loss? Thinking about that difference, well, that's the gap between just complying and truly building a culture of integrity.